Alright. So when Ryu would have gotten to like the shared TM, you would have seen like Rio and Himiko talking to a bit for each other, and then Himiko running off.
Okay.
And then you'll kind of see that Mato and Sayo and Jinta, they're just kind of hanging about, like they were sneaking a glance towards their direction, but after that they just started, chatting, waiting around.
Right. Rio will head over to them.
All right. So Hamato will be like, "Hey, a slight change of plans.
Right. Okay.
Fuma-san said he had a prior engagement, so he'd be around pretty late, like almost when lunchtime's over. Uh, do you want me to call him or?"
Don't worry about it. I figured he probably was going to be busy, so.
Right, okay. So, do you want to do anything else?
Well, it is lunch, so. Figured lunchtime activities?
Lunchtime activities. Well, and I guess Say will be like, "Yo, do you play Angels and Demons?"
I've heard of it, but I've never actually played it.
Huh. Not into the strategy?
Kind of overly focused, so really haven't thought of much else.
I mean, Hammy could probably teach you. I mean, I'm a master and all.
Right, okay. So I take it Hamato's constantly beating you then.
And say, hey, the only times he beats me is when I'm not really trying.
And that's been most of the times, right?
And Ginger will be like, "Yeah, you pretty much got the gist of it."
Okay, so this game, Angels and Demons, how do you play it?
And Tomato will be like, "Have you ever played like a card-based game before, like a TCG?"
I seem to remember once quite a while ago, but that was like 10 years ago.
What, when you were 5 years old?
Yeah, I seem to remember there being something going on around then. I'd bet vague memories.
Usually people just collect them, but they don't really. But anyway, the point of the card is that you're kind of like a summoner, and you're summoning and making contracts with these demons or angels, and you're bidding war of them. Like from the gist of the game, you usually have like entire demon decks or entire angel decks, but there are cards that count as both sides. And well, it sounds a lot like having a persona, because it honestly is. I think the guy who made this kind of got their inspiration from being a persona user and all. But no, most normies don't really know about that part.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I guess in terms of the spreads, like even though there's demon decks and angel decks, there's different types. There's more offensive, rusty types of decks, or there's more defensive ones, or there's decks that are centered around spell casting and reaction based cards. So knowing you, you'd probably want an attacking one.
Probably.
they're pretty simple to pick up as well. All you need to do is get a lot of demons onto the deck rather than, having high class demons or getting artifacts and stuff like that. Shut up.
Right.
Right. Uh, I've got a bunch of different ones. We can play using our PDAs actually. I have mine there. Well, tinkered with. And Jinch will be like, "Hey, is your PDA jailbroken as well, Takanaka?" Well, sorry, Ryu. He would have said Ryu.
No, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, most people. It's not exactly common knowledge because if, well, you'll just kind of look around and be like, "This spot we're in right now, it's a bit of a blind spot when it comes to the school, so we can talk about it openly." But yeah, if you want to download cool stuff onto your PDA, like get some demon maps from the Jeffrey that really like shake things up, I'd recommend it. There's this kid, he does it in the first years. What's his name? And Hamato will be like, Kanemaru. Yeah, Kanemaru. He's in one C, I think. You should hit him up if you want him to jailbreak it for you. He's pretty
Right.
much a freedom of information kind of guy, and I think his stick is that not everybody's going to pirate and do illegal things on it. What we have the opportunity to develop and create our own apps, something like that.
I'll have to see about doing that. How much does he charge for it?
He's a bit of a weird kid, so if you don't have the money, like if you get him like even demonic materials, if like your persona can like make stuff or has stuff drop off of him or something, that will work as well.
Right.
James will pass Ryu his PDA and be like, "You can borrow mine for the card stuff."
Okay.
I just want to see this guy get beat.
Right. Go easy on me. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright. So Hamato he'll go first. He'll tell you the basics. And you'll get a temporary +1 for this lunch scene.
Okay.
So, let me change name. Hammy. Alright, so he'll go first to show you how to set up the turn. So he's solo. Okay, 1d8, 1d12, 1d100. Alright. That's pretty good. You'd have to get really high.
Yeah, probably not going to happen. Alright, give me a sec. I accidentally clicked out.
Alright, that's fine.
Let's see. So, solo. Alright. Gonna go with intuition here. And I am going to drop his distinction down just because Ryu has no idea what the hell he's doing.
Alright.
So, yeah, cream of the crop in negative.
Alright.
Okay. 3 die, D100 and 10, alright?
Okay. So, Hamato goes, he just kind of does his turn, and then after he's done it and he's seen what you've done, he'll look at your cards and he'll be like, "That wasn't the best turn you could have done. Perhaps I should stick to basics." Yeah. Sorry about that.
Right. Sorry, like I said, just never done this before, so thought process is not exactly going correctly, I suppose.
Right. Well, based on the setup and what you have in your hand at the moment, it'll be really hard to come back. So, unless you got top deck. So let's try again. I'll put together a more basic beginner deck for myself, and he'll do again.
Okay.
There we go, homeowner. Wow. And all right, so you actually complete the game, and he'll win, and he'll be like, "That was a lot closer than before."
Yeah. I guess probably because I don't understand the strategy behind this. At least this deck at the moment. Maybe I'm not doing so well.
Mm, right. Well, I mean, he'll kind of scratch his head and he'll be like, I know it sounds silly, but there are people who tend to play their decks more if they feel more emotionally invested in it. Like if they really like the cards that are in it or the story behind the hero cards and stuff like that. Uh does that kind of sound like something that would help you?
No, I'm more one of those where it's just. I suppose if I do this long enough, I'll just pick. I'll get better at it. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I suppose the weapon in your hand is easier to use than, or the weapon that you've used a whole lot is easier to wield than if you borrow someone else's.
Right. If you're like a practice makes perfect kind of person, I'd suggest sticking to one particular race. This demon race is pretty similar to this angel race. I'm not going to use colors because lol. So if you learn these two races and you can just swap cards in and out, but I suppose that'll come for it later. And so he'll be like, "Come on, you guys, you're just going easy on him. The king will show him what's up." And Hamachi will be like, uh, "I mean, if you lose to him, he has been playing longer than you. It's not that big of a deal."
Oh, considering this is going to be what, my third game, I would kind of laugh at him if he lost.
Hey, that's not gonna happen, baby. So he'll roll. It's not gonna happen, baby.
Right. Okay. Yeah, best roll yet.
Alright, we'll make it a 2 out of 3. Come at me. You can start. Oh my god. Oh! Mamma mia!
Get wrecked, mate.
Shit, that was really close. Shit, you're ramping up. Are you using an ability or something?
Not mine. I guess you just had a bad hand.
Oh god, the luck. Jesus. Alright, last one. Oh, this is pretty good. I guess I'll win. Here. Now, if we had money on the line, then you'd be real broke right now.
Yeah, which is why I'd never bet on this.
Jintu will roll his eyes, and he'll be like, "You still managed to win a game, and how long have you been playing? Has it been like, what, 3 years?" And so he'll be like, hey, it doesn't matter about your experience. What matters is the game. And when you're playing the game, nothing else, no external factors, none of that factors in. We ain't playing with, what's it called, a handicap? Nah.
So, if I still beat you in one of the games and you weren't, and you're playing at your full, does that say more about you or me?
This is more about you, clearly.
Right. He'll hand the PDA back to Jenna. That's kind of interesting. I'll have to look into this more.
The PDA stuff or the card game?
Both.
Huh. Well, yeah, it is pretty neat. I mean, it's really hard to like download games onto the PDA, considering that they're still updating the firmware and stuff. So, but in terms of more static stuff, then you should be good to go.
Right. So the app that you're playing the game on, do you have to buy cards through it, or do you scan your cards?
We've got it so we get every card that's ever come out. It's only a digital version, but if you wanted to be legit, then you'd have to buy your own packs if you wanted to play other people that don't have, jailbroken PDAs.
Right. Okay.
And Tomato will be like, yeah, so if you get that set up, then we can play again sometime. And Kanemaru is pretty easy to spot out. He's either here or he's, chilling at the Umber Hawk base. He's a hawker and all.
Oh. Okay.
And Hamato will be like, and one other thing. Don't tell Rio about this.
Why would I tell Rio about this?
I don't know, you guys share, everything together, right?
No, I share information that he needs to know.
And Tomato will be like, well, he's in the student council and all, just in case, you forget that we'd all get busted if he did something about it. And he can be pretty anal.
Yeah, I know about that. I wouldn't have told him about this just because of the fact that he is in the student council.
All right, cool. Just covering. God, I'd never hear the end of it. But anyway, I mean, I guess I'll see you guys later. I'll try and catch up with Fuma-san again. He got increasingly popular at lunchtime today for some reason. Usually it's just me and him hanging out.
Yeah, that's probably our group's fault. So I wouldn't put too much worry into it.
By the way, is the Reiko thing really a thing with him? Are you sure?
Considering what happened to her, I'd say the fact that they're spending so much time together probably seals the deal on that.
Macho he'll just kind of look worried, but he'll just kind of brush it aside and he'll be like, anyway, we should be heading back to class. Because, I mean, if we don't want to be the last ones, especially considering that Raph walked out earlier. So I guess I'll see you later then, Ryu.
Yeah, I gotta get back to class as well. See you later. If nothing else, I'll see you guys next week for another little lunch session.
Yeah. So you'll make your way back to class, and then it will be after school. So, has everybody sorted their collective shit as to what they want to do?
Yeah.
Kind of. I do have one question, and I didn't really want to interrupt you, or it could bug you when you were trying to write up the Gidyu thing.
Alright.
It's about the batteries and the stuff with basically the reader that I have.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess the easy way to ask this is basically, is there any way I can basically get a mini Jeffrey filled up with batteries? Like, open up the mini once I get into Jeffrey or whatever, open up a mini fridge and then have somebody else pass me enough batteries to fill it up, or is that just no? I'm not gonna be able to do that.
The way open up the mini fridge.
I think the mini Jeffries are for selling only.
Yeah, the mini Jeffrey is an item that you buy.
Right, I got that. It says it opens up inside when you're inside a domain, and then once you get out of the domain, it breaks, or basically it's a one domain item.
So you want to fill up the mini fridge before you go into the Katsumi one. Well,
yeah, basically. I mean, if it's the way we can do that, go.
The way it was designed, it was meant to put in shit you find in the domain, not put in shit before you go into the domain. Otherwise, it would be busted.
Right.
So,
It's just because, I mean, unfortunately, I tried to basically modify it, and you basically sort of hit me with the battery bit, which backfired on me. So I'm trying to figure out a way to just carry batteries now.
I mean, you can put the batteries inside. Like, I'd say that it can hold 4 batteries in it before you can put new ones in. So you can put 4 batteries into the demon deck
Alright.
before you go into the domain.
I guess what will do then, I'll fill it up with 4 batteries, then I'll fill up one row with more batteries. That way I have a total of 7 batteries, so we can get some scanning done at least.
Yeah, remember you can't eat batteries though.
Yes, no, I know.
Okay. You don't want Raph getting
Well,
seriously
I guess
fucked
technically
up.
you could eat a battery, but it wouldn't be pretty.
Oh
I get
god,
the
the
point.
damage to your system.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, I think that'd be funny. Consume it to get 1 PP, but take 1d10 worth of damage, the physical damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez.
do not eat batteries, kids.
No, look, we just have Rio and Akira use 100% organic on it.
Yeah, remember the batteries cost 2 XP now as well.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So you can put 4 batteries into the demon decks.
Alright. So yeah, I'll just be buying 7 batteries, and I'll be spending cash or Maka to do it.
Alright, so what are people's plans before you do your thing?
So if we decided on someone who's going to be carrying around the Love in a Bottles.
If you guys are going to meet up before you go off, then
Well, go.
Yeah, you can talk about that. I'd like it to be a scene as well. I understand you guys do tactics and stuff, but considering the Jeffrey stuff is actually an in-game item,
We'll just handle it when we get to the domain then.
I mean, yeah, as long as you just like talk to each other.
I mean, Rio said
in-game.
we need to be smarter about distributing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we established that we'd do it. Why can't we just do it
Yeah,
off
but you
screen?
don't magically swap items off screen.
Yeah,
though.
but we're just doing it.
Alright, then, as I said, when we'll just have this conversation once we get into the Jeopardy, just so it's in real time, so there's no problems with it. Cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright? Easy to do.
All right. So what were people doing?
You know,
For after school, while we're waiting for the clubs to finish and people to be done with that, because we were gonna go to Shin right after that, right before school closes. I guess Rio would kind of. Yeah, I think he'd go to the garden. And kind of relax, do some thinking, see if there's any gardening club stuff he could help with. I don't know what day that's on, but I don't think it's today.
There isn't a day because I haven't written it up.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So you go to the gardening club. No, the garden.
Yeah.
All right. You're just gonna spend some time there, not do anything there.
I mean, I said see if there's any plants he can work on and stuff, and relax a bit to get ready for this.
I mean, no, not really. It's not like like at a zoo where you don't feed the animals. It's the same with the garden. You don't water the plants. There's a system in place.
Hmm.
So he'd just be spending time there to relax. Okay.
Okay.
wait, what the fuck did the gardening club do if they can't tend to the garden?
No, they do it. That's why random people don't go up and water the plants.
What about on Tuesday when they have the middle school kids come and help?
Yeah, when they just said middle school.
That's part of the system. But anyway. Who else wants
So
to?
the system doesn't work out for him to have.
You guys are being fucking retarded. All I said is that random people don't go up and water the plants because they already have systems in place for that. And those systems include who waters it and when. And that includes any outings and so forth that are regularly scheduled. All right.
You don't want to drown the plants.
All right. So who else wants to do something?
Actually, Ryu would see if Kanimaru's available to do that jailbreak.
All right. I'll see what. I'll see what his classes are actually to see whether he'd be still around or not. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I didn't put it on your page, did I? Fuck.
Nope.
I'm gonna have to go to the other one. Um, that would be in school documents first years. Today is Thursday. Physics. I'd say he'd still be in the school. Like, he'll be. I mean, you can send him a message. Like, you can send anybody a message on the PDA.
Yeah, he'll send him a message, basically saying Hamato said he could adjust his PDA and asking how much it's going to cost and if he's got time to do it.
And he'll just kind of put like, "Oh, if you need me to tell you how the PDA works, I'm in the technology labs right now." And he'll put an asterisk next to how the PDA works. The asterisk
Right.
doesn't say anything, but you know.
Yeah. I'm guessing Ryu picks it up and heads to the technology room.
All right. So, like, I mean, does Ryu check to see what he looks like? Like, he has like a school photo.
Yeah, check to see what he looks like so he knows who to talk to.
All right. So he's wearing the stuff in the costume, and you could see him like he's like typing away at a computer.
So Ryu will go up to him and introduce himself.
I'm Kanemaru, Masaru. You could just call me Masaru. I'm not really a stickler to formality.
Right. Ryu's fine for me.
Right. In terms of telling you how the PGA works and stuff, I like to do it elsewhere, you know. And he'll just kind of point towards the outside.
Yeah, not a problem.
Right. So you'll take a stroll and he'll be like, "So you use your PDA a lot?"
No, but I've got some friends who have introduced me to some new things.
Right. Most people here don't really come in on like a super jacked on up scholar unless you're like Chiba or something. But anyway, I guess I like working in the outdoors, so you'll head over to the spot where you had lunch. And he'll kind of sit down and be like, "So, what you planning on using it for?"
Oh, actually, from what I understand, since the openings, kind of interested to see what Jeffrey's got available, and the Hamato and his crew have introduced me to Angels and Demons, so I was figuring that.
That stuff doesn't really interest me, but I mean, it's what people do with it. It's not really my business. I just like giving people the opportunity. So what do you want to trade for? Do you have anything interesting?
Well, unfortunately, my partner's not exactly the creative type.
I mean, and then Kumisek will say, I do have a bunch of cash.
Right, yeah, I know that. So if that's what you're looking for, that I can provide you. Ryu will pull out a few of the coffers.
So he'll just kind of squint at the coin and he'll hold it up and be like, "Huh, I haven't seen any of these about. Do you know what they're called specifically?"
They are called Wado Kaichin.
So it's from like it's from like the Imperial period, huh? You don't see these around nowadays. It's pretty interesting. Uh, he'll just kind of scratch his head and he'll be like, I don't really know how much they're worth though, but I don't want to feel like I'm shortchanging you. So, do you know how much they're worth compared to, Macca and stuff?
No, unfortunately, I don't. I've never actually tried using these for cash, considering they're pretty out there.
Alright, and Kumisek will be like, hey, these things are like worth 5 Macca a coin. You might want to hustle a bit, kid.
Yeah, that I might start doing.
You're the face here. I deal with the non-humans. So give them something that will cheer them up. We've got a lot of these things, and you're barely even using them.
Yeah, so well, from what I understand, they're about worth about 7 Maka.
Can you roll me an expression roll? See how well you lie. And Mercy will be like 7 here. That sounds like an awful lot.
Maybe a little exaggerated. I think it was actually said about 5.
It'll be like, you got balls, but anyway, if it's worth about 5 mech, give me 15.
15?
15.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. So, you give him 15 coins, and you can deduct that from your total, which I don't know what it is. And then he'll be like, right. Well, it shouldn't take a moment. And he'll kind of open his bag and he'll get like some weird looking screwdriver that looks like it's alive. And he'll start messing with it. And he'll be like, I don't really do well working in silence. So, how are you finding the school and all?
It's okay, I guess. I mean, it's a school. Kendo's okay, but what about you? Any interesting pieces of information you're getting from your classes?
Yeah, the fact that you get like talents and stuff from studying, I was not expecting that.
Well, I figured the more you study and the better you get, the more talented you get in it. But yeah, there are some interesting factors for doing well in class.
Yeah, like I didn't grow up with this stuff. I came across my persona, well, it awakened when I came to this school, actually.
Same here, though I kind of had to get rid of that one, so my current one isn't the one I started with.
Oh, had to get rid of?
Yeah, bad influence. I'm sure you've probably heard numerous rumors about me.
Not as much as other people. And he'll be like, you're in a class with well, the highs and the lows.
Yeah, that's true. The kind of interesting, though it does kind of blur out a lot of things.
Yeah. But, what's it like living in the pod and all?
It's okay. Nice being close to school, but also means it's real easy for people to find you.
Huh. Got something to hide?
Don't we all?
Yeah, honestly, we all come with a bit of baggage. My baggage looks like a woman without a head. Oh, my fuck! My thumb, I cramped it. Oh! Okay. He says that.
Woman without a head. There's a story behind that I'm almost kind of curious about.
Oh, really? It's not much. I mean, what were they called again? Didn't write down her fucking name. I'm gonna have to. My thumb. I'm gonna have to look for it.
Stop jamming your screwdriver into your thumb.
Oh, shit. I'm searching in the wrong chat. Okay. I found it. And so he'll be like, have you ever heard of Nakano Takiko?
Name sounds kind of familiar, but nothing's coming to mind.
She was a female samurai. She didn't really take losing too well, so she committed seppuku before she'd give herself up to the enemy by beheading herself.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have the head. The rest of her, we don't know where that is. But, well, most of the good stuff's in the brain, right?
Yeah, I suppose in this particular case, the best stuff is all in the brain.
Right. So, yeah, my persona isn't exactly like a god or anything, but we get along in our own way.
That's good. Mine is Kumasaka no Chohan. He's actually I think he mentioned he served the Minamotos.
Alright, he'll roll a knowledge roll. He'll be like, I haven't heard of any generals and stuff called that, from a story or something.
I don't know if he was really a general. He was a bandit that I think later joined. To be honest, when I first met him, I hadn't heard much about him either, but he's an interesting fellow.
I mean, most personas tend to be that way. Otherwise, they'd just be like normal people, right? Their personas because they're different somehow.
The way I understood it is because the way people perceive them.
Yeah. I guess. I guess if somebody like dies in a gruesome way, people gotta remember them for how they died more than what they actually did. So, I guess you're right on that end.
Yeah, I suppose it depends. I'm surprised, to be quite honest, we haven't seen at this school someone like the Oda running around on a flaming horse with giant dragon wings coming out of his back.
He'll just kind of laugh, and he'll be like, "I bet there's one of those guys who come from like a mythopoetic family or something. He's got one of them."
Wouldn't surprise me. Either that, or he's probably associated with one of the bigwigs at the temple.
Whenever I've been to the temple, they've actually been pretty open. I thought they'd be like more hidden about these things.
Maybe they can sense it in you, so that's why they don't really hide it. Maybe if you were one of like those that couldn't sense all of it, they wouldn't. They'd probably be more hush hush.
Yeah. But anyway, I've done it for you. If you want, for another 10 of your coins, I can give you a stick with a bunch of programs on it.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting what you got on.
Yeah, like if you've got a laptop, you can. It has more of a description of what the programs are, so you can choose which to install. If you put the stick into the PDA, it will access the programs like remotely.
Right. Okay.
So
I'll
you
have
got
to
a
take.
choice, really.
Yeah.
All right, here you go, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Not a problem, but like I said, you might want to be pretty discreet with how you use it. I bet the missus he'll just kind of tap the shed. Wouldn't be pretty pleased if she found out. But hey, it's for
Oh,
science, right?
right. I'd be more worried about some of my classmates finding out before she does.
Yeah, the highs. Oh, gotcha. He's certainly got a glowing reputation around here, and if he found out that I was a hawker and I was doing this kind of stuff, ooh, we wouldn't get on very well. I wouldn't want to piss him off.
Right. So, of course, nothing happened today.
Right, right. And the worst comes to the worst, you don't have a technology club. You don't have a technology class, or you're in a club, are you? Based around technology.
Nope.
Well, my handy dandy excuse tree is not very ripe then. Try not to get caught.
Got it. Don't worry. I won't mention your name at all.
Right, right. But I guess you'll see you later and enjoy your new PDA.
Thank you. Have a good one yourself.
Alright, so he'll get up and he'll start walking back to the school.
Right. You will turn around and start heading towards Jeffrey so he can get prepared for the mission.
Okay. So Raph was doing his shopping thing as well before the thingy, right?
How do you mean?
Like, what were you spending your time doing?
I figure after, because it took him a while to basically build this stuff, not just because it takes a long time, just because he wasn't going very fast, because he's still sort of pretty much messed up from what just happened. So between that, he'll just do homework until it looks like it's about time to go into the store, to start gathering up. So he'll just work on magic homework for the next test. And stuff like that until it's time to gather, because he's really not in a mind to go do things, if you know what I mean.
Alright. So,
And then I do have a question. For the longest time, you had the demon decks not taking up any slots, but now you're asking for 2?
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm probably gonna dump this then, to be honest.
Poor demon decks. You don't love me, master?
Well, you keep upping its price.
I'm really useful, master.
We've never used it, and you keep increasing its thing. Next thing I know, it's gonna start doing damage and stuff to me. Jesus.